So I gave virtually no heads up whatsoever that I was going to be coming on live here. I sort of just created the stream and then said, you know what? If anyone shows up, they show up. It's all good. All I know is that my boxes are piling up and I needed to do something of an unboxing. But we do have a friend that's going to come in and say hello for a little bit here, though he might be a little bit busy. Zazel, how are you, bud?
At ease, disease.
Thank you. I literally sent, oh man, I sent you the invite like, what, 30 seconds ago?
Yeah, and just a secret between me and you is that I'm currently in the office doing invoices, but nobody else needs to know that.
It's all good. Just you, me, the live audience, and none of your colleagues and friends. So, just for that, you get to choose the first item to be unboxed tonight. Whether it's going to be Ultimate Macho Man in nWo style, Foot Soldier, or the big guy that wouldn't fit on here, Bebop.
Oh, I've got to go Macho Madness.
I kind of figured you would choose Macho Madness. And a Facebook user who's unidentified right now. I got it from Target.com actually. So, well, you know what? Let's switch the layout here a little bit. And Zazel, again, thank you so much for joining. I mean, it's just one of those things that always glad to know I can count on you, buddy. You know,
friends show up, mate. Friends show up.
Friends show up. Friends show up. Even though I was stuck in traffic for your premiere earlier today. You know,
I didn't hold it against you.
Oh, I know. It literally pinged as I was sitting in traffic, and then it was done as soon as I got to the post office to pick up the Macho Man Ultimate Edition. Oh, before I say anything, you can see that the box got mangled in transit. I ordered 2 of them, and I ordered 2 of them, but for whatever reason, the other one, the box is good. My buddy Jeff is getting the good box. He keeps them sealed. So I said, you know what? Screw it, Jeff. You've been so good to me. I'm just going to take the mangled box and I'm opening it anyway. So, yeah.
No.
Oh, man. Feels like somebody was streaming at all hours of the day today. And I thought, you know, I should just wait my turn another day. But then I realized I got a premiere tomorrow. I got a TKO on the weekend with Hans, Boba Hicks, and Will McLaughlin. So I'm like, man, I should just go on tonight because if I wait any longer, the stuff's going to keep piling up. So might as well. But look how gorgeous this guy is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Alternate head scans and everything. So
it's a great looking figure. I've got the Masters of the WWE Universe version of this iteration of Macho Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what? A few friends have joined us in the chat now, so that means YouTube's notifications actually work. So let's see who managed to join us. I think I know this guy. You might know him as well.
Good guy. Good guy.
Good guy, good guy. Kevin. Might be Kevin Pellerine, might be a different Kevin. But if it's Kevin Pellerine, it's midnight where he is. We got Ryan Sweeney, who just had a hard-working day with the Island of Misfit Toy Collectors. Brick Something. Absolutely. Brick Something, always loyal to this stream, even if he's busy and can't stick around. I guess he must have got my message on Geek Dad Life's Discord that I dropped the link. We got Eddie Rodriguez, who's shown up a few times on some of the wrestling stuff. Oh, he got some DC some DC stuff as well. He got Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, and Treasures thinks that I've got a Sarge hiding somewhere, and I kind of do. And since Zazel's here, I guess we'll bring the Sarge where we can see him. So, yeah.
Everyone check out Phil's latest video. Great video. I
was gonna say he kind of did that walking through nature thing, the chasing 80s. Actually, he mentions chasing 80s toys. He kind of does the Chris Mewa thing over there. Yeah. No. So
he's inspired me to do the same thing, but it's going to be a lot of me just huffing and puffing and sitting down a lot.
That's me up and down the stairs every day. So we got Nolan here to come say hello, and yeah, the new WWE stuff is really good. Ever since they got the TrueFX style of head scanning, it's been really good. Now, unfortunately, I got a new desk, and it's got shelves, which is great, which means I can eventually put toys on it up here. But it makes my main cam very dim because it's like the shelf is right here, and it's kind of blocking some of the lighting. So anyway, you know me, Zazel. I obsess over stuff that most people are just like, whatever on.
Just show us your toys, mate.
Yeah, I know. It's like everyone's like, "Ken, just shut up and talk about the toys." I'm like, "Oh, my lighting's not good. My camera angle's no good. My microphone sounds tinny. My hair isn't fixed. I wasn't wearing a theme shirt. I always do that." And everyone's like, "Man, like, stop taking the fun out of your own hobby." You know? Oh man. So I have waited for an Ultimate Edition for a long time because the previous version just shot up in value. I almost went off and got a Jax version instead, which are a little bit more simple and more basic than these. But once this one came out, I was like, screw it. I'm placing an order with Target. I'm gonna what do you call it? I'm going to get it shipped in my US box because Target doesn't ship to Canada. And I'm just gonna do it that way. So you got the multiple head scans here. And my camera won't focus, but whatever. You always got to find out which is the one that looks the best when it has the bandana and the sunglasses on. Good choice to unbox Macho Man first.
3 alternate heads is great value.
Well, yeah, that's what makes the Ultimate Editions more worth it. And they're priced at 32 or 34 US. I forget the exact value, and I managed to drop Sarge. Whoops.
He's at ease.
He's very much at ease right now. Oh man. Yeah. So Zazel, while I'm doing this, why don't you plug what you're doing with Dom and Adam this weekend?
Oh yeah. So tomorrow I'm hanging out with Jay and Chad over on Jay Bartlett's channel. They want to talk about the Eternia playset, and I'm sure some other bits and pieces. And then after that, on the day after, so that's, I guess that'll be Friday night for you guys. It's Saturday morning for me. And then on Sunday morning, which will be Saturday night for you guys, I'm going to be streaming with Dom and Adam, Dom from Toy Domination and Adam from Go Figure. And we're basically just going to do a triple threat. So we're streaming live at mine. I believe it's 8 p.m. I'll double check that. It's hard with these time differences.
Zones, yeah. Well, that's 5 p.m. You're going at 4 p.m. my time, so it's 7 p.m. Eastern.
It's 7 p.m. All right, so it's 7. Which must mean it's 9 a.m. for me. I'll figure all that out. But anyway, it'll be me, then jumping over to Toy Domination with Dom, and then over to Adam. And we're going to be talking about, particularly on Dom's channel, which will be interesting, is a shame in adult collecting. Adult collecting shame. What shame is there, if any? Be interesting to find out.
I've been adult collecting for 20 years now, so pretty much I became an adult and I started collecting. So we got Rob Vegas, you got Kevin Eugene, and we got Renegade Biker. New name in the chat there. Yeah, there was a time whenever you and I streamed, we always streamed together. Now it's sort of like we're doing this sort of like divide and conquer thing a little bit, which I appreciate because it just means that our network has grown quite a bit.
It's hard to find a time slot these days.
Well, yeah, that's just it. But I was glad you're able to make it on short notice for this. And this Macho Man belt is gonna be a pain to try to get on. Looks like he's been eating too many Twinkies or too many Slim Jims, and I won't be able to get the belt on. Oh no, I got it on. I take it back, Macho Man. Don't get mad and elbow smash me, but I'd say he looks pretty good there. Hopefully the camera is actually focusing on him. Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, so I could use any one of the other head scans here. But I think I like the one that he's got right now because it's not too serious and it's not got the tongue sticking out. So, yeah, what's going on here? Brick something has a long message for us. He's in the U.S. Got to check some stuff out. How to get the Target to adjust the price on Masterverse Sunman pre-order. They're on sale. Wow. Wished I knew the answer to that, but Target doesn't ship to Canada. So I'm like it's tricky enough just trying to get the Macho Man over here.
Looks great. What a great looking figure.
Oh yeah, and I just put my Hulk Hogan downstairs. But imagine he was like the last one I needed for the NWO's like core characters because I had Hogan, I got Nash, Hall, X-Pac, I got Big Papa Pump from the TNA series, but it still works. Like it still scales, even the style's a little bit different. I got Eric Bischoff with a Monday Night Raw shirt, and I got the Giant. So like I've got all the key NWO guys. So. Yeah.
Was Sting in NWO? He was, right?
There was a fake Sting in nWo. Kevin Eugene could probably help verify this, or Ryan Sweeney could probably help verify this. But they speculated he was going to be in the nWo, and they always had a fake Sting come out. And eventually, it turned out Sting attacked the nWo, and that's what set up Starrcade '97.
Gotcha.
Right? Oh, and Shellback, you're just in time. Shellback Toy Rewind for a Turtles unboxing. It's either going to be Bebop or the Foot Soldier. So they say Sting was nWo, but I think he was nWo Wolfpack when they became good guys. So that's that. Oh man, too much stuff going on back here. Shellback, why don't you call it? Am I going Bebop or am I going Foot Soldier? Unless you don't want to call it, then it's all good. Zazel already picked the first unboxing, so it's cool that you folks were able to all kind of join on this like impromptu live stream. I always just have this feeling I'm going to be talking to myself, and it's okay if I am. I mean, it's not gonna stop Ken from having a good time, but it's good to have some fellow toy, and I don't say toy nerds, I say toy enthusiasts, because as I say on some upcoming videos, we are the cool people in our generation.
That's right. All the jocks and stuff are trying to catch up.
That's right. That's right. Imagine you can actually talk to a hot girl and say, I collect toys, and she doesn't judge. Let's see. Label this bad boy. Alt edition. Most people just throw it in a bag and forget.
Is he not going on display?
He is, but his extra accessories got to go somewhere.
Oh, definitely.
All right. Well, Mark Olsson is moving, and I'm having dinner with him in a few days. He says Bebop, so he's going to. Oh, you know what? Shellback already called it. He said Foot Soldier, but I thought those were banana peels when I saw them. So I'm gonna go with Bebop because of my misinterpretation of the banana peel. Sorry, Shellback. I apologize for that. But having dinner with Mark in a couple days, if we're still on for Sunday night, because he's moving from Vancouver to Calgary. We normally do toy shows here together, but he'll be saying goodbye for the duration of his Vancouver life. That's good, because if he gets a big enough house and I want to go to Calgary for a toy show, I can always beg really nicely, show up with a bottle of wine and say, can I hang out for a night or two? So, yeah.
That Bebop looks like a hefty figure.
Oh, you know what? It probably has to be Bebop because he was already unboxed. I forgot I actually bought him used because I bought him at that. You might have seen the Toy Fair haul that I showed up on Patreon there, Zazel. I picked up Bebop there for a reduced price because the person was just trying to get rid of him, which means all the twist ties and everything are already all undone, which is perfect. So it's not really an unboxing, more so as it is just me me taking him back out and putting him on display again. So. Yeah, and my Mark's thumbs up. I don't know. He's got a thumbs up and he's got an eye rolling. So I don't know which one is which. I imagine this is, hey, yes, we're going for dinner, and I imagine this is, no, you can't crash at my place.
I just thought they were banana peels.
Yeah. I totally gaffed on Shellback's banana peels there. So they've got the pink head Bebop and they've got the regular head Bebop, which is kind of interesting here. And Bebop is, I want to say he's in scale with Macho Man. I'm just going to go ahead and say he is.
Yeah, I reckon. I think so.
They got the pink head one, but I think I'm going to go with the regular head color. And oh my goodness, how do you get this head out? Heavy lifting.
That'll be me on my walk.
And absolutely, it is banging. Would make a great dreadnought. You could arm wrestle with Road Pig. And Shellback, I can't decide if I like the NECAs or the Super 7s better, but I kind of find the Super 7s are more durable. The NECA ones have that cartoon look, but the Super 7 ones, like, I'm not going to say that they are super durable because I have seen issues with them, but compared to NECA, which are just so prone to breakage. But mind you, NECA has a better shelf presence, if you ask me. I just find Super 7 a better toy, if that makes sense. Yep.
If they're going to make them so close to the original toy, then you might as well just buy the re-release of the original toy.
You can, unless you want them specifically in this scale, right? if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not enough differentiation between toys anymore.
Look at this. They got the
Everything's got to
original
be the
figure
same,
tree.
the way we like it, and that's it.
Well, yeah, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the extra articulation, but I'm just more inclined to get these Super 7s than I am to get other stuff. Like than I am to get the original Turtles for some reason. Mind you, the turtle bug hasn't hit full stride with me because, as you can see with Wrestling, Transformers, and G.I. Joe, I collect both modern and I collect vintage. So, yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in while being busy. I know you got a pile of paperwork to do.
Might as well hang out while I do it. Multitask.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. My son's a bit sniffly today, so we'll see whether...
Who wins in a wrestling match between Bebop and Macho Man?
Say that again?
Who wins in a wrestling match between Bebop and Macho Man?
That depends on the type of match. Actually, I have no idea. If it's a Bonesaw from Spider-Man, then I'm going to go ahead and say that it's Macho Man. Well, no. Oh, yeah, probably. If Spider-Man with barely any powers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think Bebop would be arguably as strong as Spider-Man, right? Surely.
Well, the thing is, Spider-Man didn't even know how to use his powers yet. But say hello to Wilhelm Toy and Hobby. He will be a TKO guest this Sunday at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, 2 a.m. Australian time.
Are they going to do the Wilhelm scream?
We'll see whether we can get it to do that. So, Will, I've linked your channel on the description of my video that's coming up. And no, I don't actually collect the Super 7 Thundercats. So I was never much of a Thundercats guy. I learned more about them in adulthood than I did in childhood. And he's got nowhere to put his knife. And I'm not sure whether I want it to hold his shield or not because it looks like it's going to break. So I'm not actually sure what's going to go in what hand here. Yeah. Okay, looks like that worked out okay. And the shield looks really small.
I had that transforming Bebop, the one that you could turn from human to mutant mode.
Oh, yeah.
But they got the skin color wrong for the human side of Bebop.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about the vintage one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the vintage you could... Oh, yes, you're right. The one that had like the flip head and flip change, basically. Yes. Yes.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Just seeing if I miss anything in the chat. There we go. Purple Mohawk. The ever so iconic purple Mohawk. Yeah. Wow. So then we got a foot soldier left to go. So I do have 2 of the 4 turtles. I've got Leo and Raph here, and then Don and Mikey are in the mail. I will probably open all 4 of those at the same time because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open them in the order I got them as a kid, which means I'm gonna open Raph first, Donnie, then Leo, then Mike. I'm gonna recreate the experience here on camera of reopening the 4 turtles. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing a history of 1988 TMNT. But I'm not sure how to activate that series without the actual figures, without the actual 1988 figures themselves. So maybe I would do like some sort of a hybrid with the Evolution of Toys model, and do it with the Super 7s and NECAs or something along those lines. Yeah, you got a favorite turtle, Zazel?
Well, because I had brothers. Everyone would sort of try and divide their favorite character. You know, you try to get in quick when you feel like you've got a favorite, right? So, for instance, because I had an older brother, Todd, he would often get first pick, right? So he would go Peter Venkman for Ghostbusters, for instance, right? Or he would go the Keith from Voltron, right?
Right.
Keith was the leader of Voltron, right? Or was that Lance? I think it was Keith.
I have to ask the chat. I want to say I feel it was Keith, but I'm basing it on the new Netflix Voltron that I watched all of 1 episode of.
Well, it wasn't Sven. But yeah, so I think it was Keith for the Black Voltron. Anyway, so after a while, and because I was a middle child, I learned, this is a long way to go to tell you which is my favorite turtle, but after a while, I stopped feeling like I wanted to pick popular characters, right? Because they were already going to be fairly picked out, and I sort of found value in the lesser known characters. And as a middle child, you got middle child syndrome anyway, right? So you sort of start to feel overlooked yourself. So I sort of gravitated towards the second tier or third tier characters. So with Ghostbusters, I'd gravitate towards Egon and Winston. With the Voltron, I was like green and red line. With the Ghostbusters, the other one, the Filmation Ghostbusters, I picked the Gorilla because I was like, well, this can also be a Mutant Ninja Turtles. And with Ninja Turtles, I was able to gravitate towards Donatello and then Raphael. So Donnie was sort of my favorite. Donnie and then Raph. And I always sort of like to tinker with stuff too. And I felt like we had that in common, me and Donnie.
Yeah, because of my over perfectionist nature as an adult, my favorite became Leonardo.
Right.
But as a kid, because Raphael was the first one I got, I liked Raphael the most. And then I really liked his character in the 2007 TMNT movie. That was the animated movie. And I just thought that they did a really, really good job playing up the relationship between older brother versus younger brother, right? Or as I like to call them, Zazel and Todd, except it's a role reversal. In that one you're Leo. But as I got older, I saw less and less of myself in Raph and more of myself in Leo. So Leo just sort of became my de facto favorite just because he's very straight-laced. You know what I mean? Like, he's kind of like no nonsense, get it done. Like, I don't know. He's kind of like me when I'm trying to make a YouTube video, but I'm not on a live stream and there's no Zazel or Ryan or Phil or someone there to like balance me out and make me chill out a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, that is a great looking figure.
Look at how many spare hands it's got.
Yeah. So I guess if you army build this guy, you've got a lot of swappable parts to sort of differentiate between each one, so they don't all look identical. I think that's pretty cool. Is this a robot version? So is there like a damaged head or some shit?
No,
language.
There isn't. Whatever. You're allowed to swear on occasion. Just don't overdo it. You got two open hands, two like pointing hands. Wow. And then he's got the neutral hands and two fisted hands. Like he's got a total of 5 sets of hands on here.
That's pretty good value.
And then he's got the weapons tree, like the 80s style weapons tree, which is literally just an homage. Some people say though, like just reduce the darn price, Super 7. Just reduce the price and give us less accessories, which I'm actually okay with because I'm getting a little tired of putting everything in little baggies all the time.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm only going to get one of these. I've got 3 NECA foot soldiers.
Yep.
So I don't think I need. This was the only thing I had as an army builder as a kid that I actually used as an army builder because I had 2 of them when I was growing up.
I think we had a few as well, because I guess the easy part of collecting Ninja Turtles in the beginning was that you only had 4 turtles and a small amount of baddies. So when you've run out of action figures, you just pick up another foot soldier and add it to the army.
Yeah, pretty much. If you were fortunate enough to get more than one, it was the only one that I had 2 of as a kid.
We never really liked like as a kid you don't really army build because if you've got an option to buy a toy, you're going to buy a new toy, right?
Yeah.
I had a bat. I wanted more bats, but then when it came down to it, it was like, well, I can either get another toy that I've already got, or I can get a whole new character.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've always It was exactly the same for me. Like when I did, it was like, if you remember the Flak Viper from GI Joe from 1992, I think it was
Oh,
91
yeah.
or 92. Because they released that in the green and the blue, I was able to get one of each. Because I kind of considered it a different character, and the trigger is in the way of me being able to get this freaking thing in his hand. So maybe I'll just go with the knife. It's not like I have a shortage of choices to go with. Or you know what? He's good with
Are
one
you using the
weapon.
right hands?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, Epic Badger, hello.
Hello.
Shellback Toy Rewind apparently has 82 foot soldiers. I assume he means the original foot soldiers, because he has this. Shellback Toy Rewind, for people who haven't seen his channel, has this video that basically he tries to fit as many foot soldiers as he can into a technodrome. I'm not actually sure how many he gets in, but that's kind of a crazy thing. And he has something like a dozen technodromes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, when we streamed with Ed's Retro Geek Out and Speaky Geeky the first time, all anybody would comment in the thread was how many technodromes Shellback had in the background. So definitely stole the show. Oh man, got a ton of accessories. So I don't know, like I get it. I get it. This is kind of cool. And most people will like it. I liked when Playmates did their classics and everyone only came with like one weapon or two if you were Raph or Mike, because you had, or sorry, or Leo, because you had one in each hand. I guess for photography, like if you're big into photography, this is absolutely epic for you. Oh, yeah. But I'm starting to lose track. Like all my wrestlers come with multiple weapons, right? Some of my Transformers come with multiple weapons. My NECA stuff comes with multiple weapons. But yeah, that was and yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, Mark, is to dip it in some hot water to make it easier to work with. But I've been doing that with some of my figures as it is. Like my Action Force figures, I had to dip them in hot water, and Zazel, I know you had to with your Sarge too.
Yeah.
And same thing with my Storm Shadow. My classified Storm Shadow came out really tight, but it's okay. Like I kind of found that this looks fine with one weapon in his hand anyway. Because either way, I have one or two weapons in his hand and 82 weapons in the baggie, right? So doesn't make much of a difference. But essentially, everybody, that was the bulk of tonight's unboxing. Saving the True Turtles for a different night. But yeah, well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was good. Great way to spend a little part of my afternoon. So thanks for inviting me on.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. So what do you got going for the rest of the day?
Well, I've got a work seminar happening next week, so I'm trying to just make sure I've got everything all lined up so I can leave the office and know that it'll still be in one piece when I return mid next week. So it's just a little bit of, what do they call it? Housekeeping, a little bit of housekeeping just to make sure that everything runs smoothly while I'm gone. And then tonight, I guess I'll just chill out and get ready for my stream tomorrow.
That's right. That's the one where you're with Jay and
Jay Bartlett channel, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Chad and Jay Bartlett. It's going to be an interesting chat, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was just watching a Nintendo Quest with Jay Bartlett recently, where he spends the whole documentary trying to track down all 600 vintage Nintendo games or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to watch as much of his gaming stream as I can.
Yeah. Thanks, Mark, and congratulations on your wedding. One of the patrons of the channel. So actually, he was the second patron we got on the channel. So still stuck with me 12 months later. And he's just got married, and he'll be moving to Calgary relatively soon.
Congratulations and commiserations, depending on how you feel.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll be premiering my the video on the Victoria's Ultimate Hobby and Toy Fair. that was quite the weekend. Like, it actually took me like 2 full days to recover from that thing. Maybe you could argue 3 because I had a headache I had a headache when I woke up yesterday. It was Wednesday and I got back Sunday night. I don't know if I'm just getting old or if I just didn't sleep through through the trip is what happened.
A bit of both.
Yeah, I'll give the full story on my behind the scenes Patreon video. But basically, the long and short of it is, I left here in the morning on Friday, and it was nothing but like set up toys, toy show, meet with Steve from Delta 17, film the O-Ring Ninjas, go to my friend's toy shop at night, go to the toy museum at night, go to sleep. Next day, toy show starts at 9 a.m. All day toy show. Pack up,
Right.
head to the ferry, wait at the ferry, hour-and-a-half ferry back, drop off my friend Peter, get home, unpack the car, upstairs by 9 p.m. So it was toys, toys, toys for 3 days nonstop. So you can imagine how much sleep I was getting, not because I couldn't sleep. Okay, because I couldn't sleep because of the excitement. So when that trip happens twice a year. And Renegade, I've been hearing that joke since I was a kid. But I was looking at a 12-inch GI Joe. I was messaging Zazel in the chat about the 12-inch Green Beret I was thinking about getting. And yeah, travel always saps my energy. But Will, I'll send the full story of that on a message I'm going to put on a behind the scenes message about how it happened. Though I did talk about it a little bit yesterday on my solo TKO already, as it was. But thanks for those who, because I didn't have a TKO this past weekend, those who tuned in the chat, and Zazel for kind of holding down the fort as far as the premiere that I had. That premiere I filmed maybe a few months ago, knowing that I was going to need it at some point. And then eventually I just found it on found the gap where I wasn't going to be streaming on the weekend. Though nobody's actually holding my feet to the fire and saying that you got to stream every weekend.
Yeah.
And I got the idea from Geek Dad Life, because they do Toy Geeks every Sunday, but one Sunday for Jay's birthday, neither of them could make it, and they just aired a pre-produced video to kind of give their audience somewhere to hang out during the usual Toy Geeks time. But it's a little different for them because they get like 400 people in a live chat, so it's kind of like destination programming for those people. Anyway, just because they've been doing that nonstop for like 3 years, they've been doing Toy Geeks already. So I get why they would do that, but that's where I got the idea, and I happen to have it pre-recorded. But you know what, Zazel, that's something you and I can also do at some point. We can have a couple of sit-down pre-recordings that we can kind of use on standby reserve.
Sure. All right, buddy, I got to bounce, but thanks for inviting me on. It was great to hang out for a little while.
Oh, no problem. I got to put my kid to bed relatively soon. But hey, I appreciate you coming on short notice and keeping me company on here during this unboxing. So yeah, I'll just finish talking to the chat, and you have a great rest of your day. We'll chat soon.
I'm dismissed.
Dismissed. See, yeah, Will says he never sleeps well on trips. It's hard to, you know what I mean? And yeah, Rob, recovering from a work trip from San Jose back in 2018. It happens, right? I don't know. Maybe you're still mentally recovering. Maybe something happened on that trip. Who knows? And Ryan had a good episode earlier on the Island of Misfit Toy Collectors with KJ, Kevin Johnson, and Tony Romo. That was a fun chat about the positivity of the hobby and everything. With regards to a little bit of chat about speculation about what would make a good HasLab for G.I. Joe Classified. That's actually a really good channel, Island, not just Island of Misfit Toy Collectors, but a Toy Kind of Mood. Did I say Island of Misfit Toy Collectors earlier? Because I meant to say Toy Kind of Mood. Travis, don't shoot me for mixing up the name of the channel. But basically, like it's a great channel there, Toy Kind of Mood, for anything G.I. Joe related. Like, it's just fun to talk customs, fun to talk classifieds, O-ring, modern, whatever you got there. So anyway, if anyone has any more questions, feel free to pop them into the chat. Otherwise, I got to get my boy to bed relatively soon here. But feel free just to pop it into the chat there, and I'll try to get to it as quickly as I can. Meanwhile, I'm going to check some Twitter notifications. Apparently, somebody has Somebody's retweeted my my stuff, which is good. I appreciate that the people are retweeting my my videos. All right. Oh, RGB from the Discord server from Geek Dad Life. I appreciate that you've been enjoying the content. I sometimes am a little bit self-conscious about these particular unboxings because while I do have confidence in my pre-produced uploads because I can script it, I can get on a microphone, I can record, re-record, take care of the B-roll, take care of everything. What do you call it? Basically, I can go through everything with a fine-tooth comb. And for the TKO streams, because I've got time to make notes and everything, and I have guests, I have a lot of confidence in those. For these particular unboxing streams, really it's just, hey, unbox, keep me company, let's chill. Lighting's not the best at my desk here, so I'm a little bit conscientious about these. So the fact that you're coming on to leave a nice comment like that, I much appreciate it. And yeah, Ryan, if you got to go to bed, all good, buddy. I'm going to probably log out very quickly here too, because like I said, I got some obligations and some adult stuff to do for the rest of the evening. But yeah, if anybody else has anything they want to chat about, they can pop it into the offline comments section, and I'm going to clean up the room here and make sure my boy gets an early bedtime because he was feeling a little lethargic today. So, all right, everyone. Oh, just a second. Renegade Biker with a question before I hit the buzzer. What do I recommend? What do you recommend with making the legs on the G.I. Joe PVC statue stand straight? I don't do PVC statues, so if anyone else has a better answer for Renegade Biker, please do pop it into the chat stream. And yes, RGB. You know, I know that I have found my flow for certain types of content. There's like I said, the pre-produced stuff. I've definitely found my flow because I've been doing that for the year and a half that I've had the channel. Because it's the earliest thing that I started with, so I have you know, I found my flow there. TKO took a little bit of time for the podcast, but I found my flow there. And for this sort of like live unboxing, I'm still kind of finding my footing. I'd like to get another light here so that the lighting looks good, and I like to, if I could get a green screen for a good background, because when I do an unboxing, I have to use my desk. So that's why I am where I am right now. Anyway, Will, yes, you have a good night, and Rob Vegas, you have a good night as well. All right, everyone, I got to get back to being a full-grown adult, so I'm going to say goodbye and take care. I will see you all in a premiere tomorrow, and I will see you all Sunday morning for a TKO live stream. Look for your notifications, and take care.